And a good Monday, everybody. Welcome in. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hope you're having a great day to this point. He's Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos behind the glass. Joe, how was your Thanksgiving weekend?
It was good. Little time in El Paso. Blue Raiders got a win. Came back home early Sunday morning. Went downtown and did the pregame show and watched the worst football team I've ever seen play football. And then that was it, man. You?
It was good. It was very good. Had time with family. Went down to Mississippi, so it was definitely a lot of fun. And good for the Blue Raiders. That's 2 in a row to end the season. Is
3-9 overall, 2 in a row in the season.
Well, at least
happened down in Mississippi the last 48 hours.
There was some. It's funny. Like I walk in and my family all knows what I do, and they're like, "So what you hearing about Lane?" And I'm like, "I think he's gone."
Right?
Like, that's what I'm not really hearing anything. I think he's gone. And there's some that are State fans that are like, good, get rid of him. Then there's some that are Ole Miss fans that are just like in mourning. And
it's great. My favorite video was all the fans going to the airport.
Oh, yeah.
And the lady with her kid, about a year old, in her arms, just dog cussing Lane Kiffin. And the caption says, "It just means more." And then, is that picture legitimate of his clothes in the parking lot? They like got all of his wardrobe out of the office.
Oh, I don't know.
And threw and there's like a clothing rack, and it's in the middle of a parking lot. And they said that's his clothes.
I hope that's true. That's so funny.
Brilliant.
Here is my whole quick, and we're going to talk about this a lot today, but my whole quick take on it is I think he's making a mistake. I think he should have stayed in Oxford. He could have stayed there and been, run the state of Mississippi for as long as he wanted to. I think I don't think they have a team good enough to win the national championship this year, but I think they have a team good enough that, maybe could win a game or two in the playoff. Now you've hurt that because you're going to have guys opting out and wanting to go with him and coaches and stuff like that. So, I mean, the committee is probably going to punish Ole Miss because of this.
Shame.
Yeah, but this is college football's fault. I'm not saying it's not Lane's fault, but like if he feels like LSU is a step up for him, he has the right to do that. He has a right to make that move.
Yeah.
Where it's college football's fault is put something in place where none of this crap happens until after the season is over. But you've sat on your ass and covered your eyes for so long that it's the wild, wild west. You have it with coaches. Now you have it with players that they can move anytime they want. Now you've moved the transfer portal to have one transfer portal, which is great. Took you long enough, but still, isn't it like January 2nd?
To the 16th, yeah.
Right. So the season's not over yet. You put something in place like the NFL that says, hey, you finished what you started. And none of this coaching carousel BS starts until after the season. And don't give me the recruiting and all that stuff. You have control to fix that. You choose not to.
Question of the day is now, should Lane Kiffin been allowed to coach Ole Miss in the playoffs? I really want to know what people think. That's our question of the day. Should Lane Kiffin been allowed to coach Ole Miss in the playoffs? 615-737-1025. There's a lot of varying responses on this. I'm going to tell you mine real quick. Absolutely not. And the fact that he poached the other coaches and said, here's an ultimatum, come with me or else.
He claims that's not true.
Come with me or else. But a lot of people report, of course he's going to say no on that. But I'm rooting for Ole Miss now. I am rooting for those kids at Ole Miss. And to not meet with your team and say goodbye, coward.
Yep.
Lane Kiffin is an absolute coward.
And then he's blaming the AD.
Coward.
He's saying Keith Carter didn't allow any of that, which, I mean, that may very well be true. I actually think that might be true. But if I think the question you have to ask is, if you're the athletic director and your coach that has had the most success of any coach in history, you've given him everything he's ever asked you
everything,
has decided to go to one of your arch rivals. Like, I don't blame Keith Carter.
No.
If you came to me today and said, hey man, I'm going over to 104.5, I'd like to finish out the week, I tell you to pack your bags and don't let the door hit you in the ass.
Exactly. So I need to hear from Keith Carter whether that's true or not.
I love you. But
I get it. Well,
but like I would like no.
If it's not true, and then he said you had opportunity to meet with the team, he left. I mean, so
Yeah.
that's something else. But he should not be allowed to coach Ole Miss. You are now the head coach of another team. You held that school hostage for a week. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted.
The best tweet I saw was like there was this Ole Miss fan account that's like had a ton of followers and everything, and like absolutely loved Lane Kiffin, and goes, Tennessee fans, I owe you an apology. I get it now.
Right. He tried to sabotage Tennessee.
And then he likes to sit
y'all
there.
Forgot about this.
He likes to sit there and say, you know, I feel bad about that year and how things, you know, how I did that and how things ended. And I mean, again, like he has the right, if he feels like this is a better fit for him and his family and an upgrade and $48 million or whatever, like he has the right to leave. I don't have to agree with it.
No,
but like, I'm not going to fault him there, but don't be phony about it. Don't blame, you know, Feinbaum went on ESPN this morning and was like, of course he's blaming the only adult in the room. That's typical Lane.
Yeah.
And like, my thing is just be like, hey, I've loved my time here. You know, we sat down, we talked. Ultimately, we decided that it wasn't in the best interest of Ole Miss moving forward for me to stay as, you know, through the playoffs. So I wish them luck and, you know, and then be done with it. But to, you know, constantly like, I don't know if you watched the interview he did with Marty Smith. I mean, Marty asked all the right questions, sure, and they're tight. But, you know, he was basically like, I don't blame Keith Carter. Like, I get it. Like, and all this stuff, but he's like, yeah, it was ultimately him. He wouldn't let me meet with the team. He didn't want me to stay through the playoff. Like, it was all him. And where it should have been like, hey, I get it. I'm taking another job, so I got to go.
Well, I need to hear from the AD before anything else, because I really think an AD will allow you to meet your team and say goodbye. I just think he got out of town, and that's it. So he's gone. He's done. I think he should not be allowed. Some of y'all think he should, and I don't know why.
No, and look,
I don't know why you think he should be allowed to. He's the head coach of another team. He held your team hostage for a week. Get out of here.
But do you agree, and I'd be curious of what some of your coaching friends say, that like the system's screwed up of how they're allowed to do this? Because it is like Brian Kelly did it to Cincinnati, you know. I mean, there are plenty of examples.
DiNardo did it to Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
here.
Right. Like, there's plenty of examples.
What are you talking about without talking to your team?
I'm just talking about like today, December 1st, should not be the day that a coach is leaving. Like, you should have to wait till the season's over. The season's not over until January 18th. And I, you know, now look, if you get eliminated and you're not playing anymore, fine. Right. But like, if LSU wanted him bad enough, they could have waited. Like, I know they don't owe anything to Ole Miss, but the way the system is set
waited
to hire him. But the way the system's set up, they don't do that. They know they can get him, and it's like, all right, screw you, Ole Miss, sorry. And he moves on. I mean, he's already in the building.
Well, nobody's going to wait.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. College football and college athletics, they're the ones that cause all this.
Yeah, not going to have – LSU's not going to go a month without a head coach. They're not going to do it. They're going to go after their guy.
They would if it was like the NFL and it was set up of –
will never happen.
And I know.
Because of recruiting.
Right. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They have control to fix it, and they don't do it because they don't give a you know what.
Well, it's not that. I don't think anybody's going to buy into that. If I'm university, I'm not waiting a month to hire a coach. If I want Chase McCabe as my head coach, I'm going to get Chase McCabe as my head coach. I'm not going to wait. Yeah. I'm just not going to do that and put my team and let recruits go left and right and not have anybody when you finally sign on January the 3rd. A whole month has gone by and the recruits have decommitted. No, man, you want it now. Look, I don't begrudge Lane Kiffin. Go get the money. I don't, whatever. That's what
I think he's going to crash and burn.
Go do it. Go chase it. But LSU, you know what you're getting. You know what's going on there. For Ole Miss, they just moved up their defensive coordinator. And look, they shouldn't be penalized. I know Herbstreit will probably penalize them, but they shouldn't be penalized. They finished 11-1. 11-1. Don't hurt the kids. And they will. They'll hurt the kids on this. And it's not right and it's not good to hurt the kids when a coach leaves.
Right. 615-737-1025. That's our phone and text line, driven by WilsonKennyHonda.com. And our question of the day, presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. One coach that is staying, Clark Lee. and congratulations to them. 10-2, first time ever that they've won 10 games in a season. Defeat Tennessee up in Knoxville. First half was pretty back and forth with some mistakes. They clean that up in the second half, pull away, and ultimately get the win. Unfortunately, I think their 10-win team is going to be left out of the college football playoff.
Yeah, right. I think that 10 years from now, you'll look in the book and see that Vanderbilt won 45-24, but don't lose sight that Vanderbilt walked in the Neyland Stadium and punched them right in the face. They out everything, physical, man, hustled, every aspect of that game. Vanderbilt beat Tennessee in every single aspect of that game. Kudos to Vanderbilt and Clark Lee. And look, we'll get into a lot of Diego Pavia talk as we go throughout the week, but that dude deserves to be in New York City. That dude
Agreed.
should be a top 2 Heisman finalist. Call and argue if you want. I will knock down every argument you have. But my gosh, he is the one guy you had to stop on Saturday. You couldn't stop him. In front of 95,000 people, you could not stop him. And you know he's getting the ball. No player is more valuable to their team in college football than Diego Pavia. Not the guy in Indiana, not the quarterback at Ohio State, not the linebacker at Texas Tech, not the running back at Notre Dame, and on and on and on. Diego Pavia is the most important person to his team, and in college football, I think he should be probably a top 2 finalist. He'll be a top 4, but I don't think he makes the top 2 just because his antics off the field are going to rub a lot of these voters the wrong way, and that's really, really sad.
Yep, I agree. A couple of bowl projections that, and again, these are just the prognosticators that are making their predictions, but from ESPN, you have one that has in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, Georgia Tech and Tennessee, and Mark Schlabach has Miami and Vanderbilt.
Ooh, where's that game?
The Gator Bowl.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then a couple of others that I have seen. By the way, Music City Bowl, Bonagura has Nebraska, Missouri. Schlabach has Nebraska, LSU, which could be intriguing.
Yeah, that's funny. I read this morning, Lane would not coach the bowl game.
Yeah.
He's 26. That's when he starts.
The ReliaQuest Bowl, which is down in Tampa. Bonagura has Illinois against Vanderbilt, and Schlabach has Iowa against Tennessee.
Oh, not another Iowa-Tennessee matchup. Oh, gosh.
So that's I've seen Orlando too for Vandy.
Good. They should not look. Music City Bowl is
citrus.
Wonderful. Do not go to the Music City Bowl. You need to get out of town.
No. I mean, look. I think the one I've seen the most is the Citrus Bowl against Michigan.
Be good.
Which I think would be an awesome matchup. So
absolutely, man.
I think that, and that's New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve day down in Orlando.
Even better.
I mean, look,
better.
We can sit here and we can make arguments and of should they be in the playoff, and I can give you reasons why the answer is yes. I can give you reasons why the answer is no. But ultimately, it's up to the committee, and I have a feeling they're going to decide that Vandy's not in, and that sucks. But
it does.
But
I mean, they're not out yet.
No,
but they got a long road to get there, and there's some still scenarios.
They really needed Oklahoma to lose and Auburn to win.
So let me ask you this: Virginia and Duke are in the ACC championship.
Yep.
Is one of them guaranteed a spot?
So
I'm so confused.
I don't know. I think it's also about rankings too. Like,
then why play the game?
There's like if Virginia wins, then yeah, I think they're in
because they'll be 10-2. Oh, yeah, 11-2,
and they'll be the ACC champ.
Right.
If Duke wins, I'm not so sure.
Then why play it if you're not guaranteed? I just don't understand. It's like the NFL kickoff rule. I still don't understand what's going on there. I don't.
I don't.
In the landing zone?
I don't know if they do either.
They don't. So I got to figure this stuff out, man.
615-737-1025. We'll talk a full weekend of college football, and also the Titans lose again yesterday. That is all ahead. Chasing Big Joe on this Monday, 102.5 The Game.
All right, guys, Big Joe here. Look, we talk all the time about anxiety and depression. It's even more important during the Christmas season. A lot of us feel depressed and lost, and you don't have to, right? You know that most men lead lives of quiet desperation, but it does not have to be that way. That's why we've partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care, based right here in Middle Tennessee, to get you back on track and living the great life that you deserve. I tell you all the time, reaching out to someone and talking to someone changed my life, and I want the same for you. Just go to GameNashville.com and click on the Chase and Big Joe show. There, you will see a link for Unity Psychiatric Care and start taking back your life. It is private, it's secure, it's confidential. No one has to know. I just need you to reach out. And they've got telehealth. It's that easy to do. Or you can call 1-888-508-8002. 1-888-508-8002. And this is so important. Please listen up. You may be the one who notices a loved one isn't doing well, and you could be that person to turn their life around. Again, just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there on the right side is information you need for Unity Psychiatric Care. Listen, we love you so much, and help is just around the corner. Take back your life, and please know, you don't have to go through any of this alone.
Why was LSU the right choice for you?
Yeah, just there was something in me. This was really hard. My heart was here, but I just I talked to some mentors, Coach Carroll, Coach Saban, and especially when Coach Carroll said, "Man, your dad would tell you to go, man. Take the shot. Take the shot. You've accomplished a lot here." I always hated how we only gave 1 year to Tennessee and left. I really hated that feeling of that. Even though it was an exciting year, but I think that we gave a lot to this program and to the city, and some of the most historic wins in this stadium we've ever had, and best regular season in the history of the school. So I feel proud of that part, but it just became time. I talked to God and he told me it's time to take a new step. It's a new chapter.
Well done, Dr. Crane. Lane Kiffin with Marty Smith from ESPN. Again, and look, I think when the smoke settles on all of this and emotions go down, I think both sides can look and probably find some areas they could have done things a little bit differently. I don't fault Lane Kiffin for following his heart and whatever he thinks, and obviously the money and resources that he is gonna have more money and resources at LSU.
$25 million NIL every year.
Yeah, he's gonna have more to work with. There's no question. But I think it's gonna be a mistake because I think they have no patience there, and I think he's been shown he's put up results and been shown a great deal of patience in Oxford, and so they're hurt. And I think that if the AD decided he couldn't meet with the team, that's wrong. If he decided not to meet with the team just to leave, that's wrong. But at the end of the day, this is what it is, and this is college football. And now Lane Kiffin is in LSU.
Here is the 2026 LSU football schedule, and I saw what I wanted to see.
Oh, yeah.
At Ole Miss.
There's another one on there, too.
Game days already on their way there. So LSU schedule on the road next year at Arkansas, at Auburn, at Kentucky, at Ole Miss,
Keep going.
Neyland Stadium.
Yep.
So, but he's already been back there as a coach.
I know, but still, the
Ole Miss is not letting this go. Tennessee fans, you had a soft heart and you forgave him. He left your program in shambles because you had to hire Derek Dooley in mid-January.
Let me correct you. They forgave him when they thought he might come back.
Yeah.
When they realized he wasn't going to come back, they got over it. They went after him.
So, every schedule in SEC's tough. They're all tough next year. He's got McNeese State, though, coming in, so that's good. Oh, Clemson comes into Baton Rouge next year. We'll see what happens.
Do you believe the when he said, Pete Carroll telling him, hey, your dad would tell you to take the shot?
Yeah,
I do, too. Look, I think from looking at this, not how it went and all that stuff, if I'm Nick Saban or Pete Carroll, who he is, cited as two guys he looks up to and that he was talking to about this, I think both of them said, Lane, you got to take the job.
Well, there's some quote by Pete Carroll who said, I told your dad I always take care of you no matter what, and I, always be there for you. So I'm sure they said go. And the question I'm sure Saban and Carroll asked was, how much they paying you? How much NIL you get?
Sure.
$25 million. I'll go. They're convinced he could never win a national championship at Ole Miss. And he had to go into the portal and spend a lot of money to bring guys there. So now you're chasing a championship. So you go to another school where you got to rebuild that to chase a championship. We're in the middle right now of chasing a championship. Again, I don't blame him for going. That's what he wanted to do. But don't give me the pity party about how things are going and how bad they are and everything. Ole Miss, just devastated. You lose your head coach now. You're in the playoffs, and that's what teams are going to have to deal with. Remember, you don't play for the coach. You play for the school.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he left you boys high and dry and took off to Baton Rouge, and that good for him. He's gone. Now your guys are left there. You know how you pay him back? You go out and you win games. You go out and win as many games you can in the national or in the playoff and see what happens. So Ole Miss still has the last say in this. I'm sorry, they got the last say in what can happen. Don't penalize the boys because the coach left. Don't do that.
Yep, I'm 100% with you. All right, what do you think about some of the other coaching carousel moves that we have seen, and we knew this was going to happen. Like the dominoes start falling, especially with the regular season over. Mark Stoops out at Kentucky.
That time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised there. Jonathan Smith out at Michigan State. Looks like Pat Fitzgerald is emerging to be the favorite there.
Only 2 years in.
Yeah.
And a lot of fan base are like, what are we doing here?
They've screwed this up, though. I think they've made 2 questionable hires since D'Antonio.
Yeah.
And I think Fitzgerald is a good fit. I've been saying that. I think
have been saying that.
I think Pat Fitzgerald is the right fit. He's a Big Ten coach. I think he'll do a good job at Michigan State. Coastal Carolina fires Tim Beek. Is it Beck? No, Beck.
Tim Beck, yeah.
Not the Tim Beck that's at Vandy.
Correct, yeah. It's a nice little job there. I mean, but your time runs. That's why people are like, well, you should never leave a group of 5 school. When you win games at group of 5,
you're gonna leave.
Go.
John Summerall leaves Tulane for Florida.
Guy has won everywhere he's been.
Yep.
And he played the game. He knows the game. He's a hell of a coach. Problem is, with you Florida fans, he's got the same record Billy Napier had when he went into Gainesville. Give this guy time. He'll be fantastic.
Well, there's 3 jobs that I'm naming right now, and I'm going to have a comment on those in just a second. Alex Golish out at South Florida, hired by Auburn.
Fantastic.
Ryan Silverfield out at Memphis, hired by Arkansas.
Fantastic.
Billy Napier should land at one of those 3 schools.
That they left?
Yeah, so either Tulane, South Florida, or Memphis.
I think Memphis will go after the Kennesaw State coach. It's Willie. What's his name? I forget his name. He's got a Memphis tie. Forget his name now, obviously. Should go there. But, yeah, why not?
I think Walt Wells should be up for one of those
Walt Wells, hell yeah. Coastal Carolina will go to the beach and live out in Myrtle Beach with him. It's 10 minutes from the beach there. But
look, all kidding aside, Coastal will be a great fit for him.
Oh, absolutely. And look, some of y'all griping about Silverfield at Arkansas. Who do you want? You're not getting Gruden. You're not getting Kiffin. You're not getting Saban. Lou Holtz ain't walking through that door. Houston Nutt's not coming back. Ryan Silverfield is a great.
He's good.
Look at his record at Memphis. His record is really good. That's a heck of a coach. That's a heck of a hire at Arkansas.
Do you like Pete Golding getting the job permanently at
Absolutely.
Ole Miss?
I read what the players want, and they wanted him. They wanted some sustainability, some continuity with him. He loves those players. They love him. Absolutely.
Jim Mora out at UConn, hired by Colorado State. Eric Morris out at North Texas, hired by Oklahoma State. Cal fired Justin Wilcox. And then, obviously, Penn State's still open. UCLA is still open.
Chris Lowe came out today with the thing how Heupel's name was mentioned for Penn State. And he's like, no, that's 0 there. There's nothing to see there. Heupel's not going to Penn State, although some Tennessee fans wouldn't mind seeing him go to Penn State.
Yeah. So I'll be curious. And who is this Tavita Pritchard guy that Stanford hired?
He is a former quarterback. Him and Andrew Luck are really, really, really tight. He's with the Commanders.
Yeah.
Really respected around the league. And that's a guy that Andrew Luck handpicked, and that's a perfect Stanford guy for them.
So the biggest job that I guess is still open is Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, Summerall hasn't signed at Florida yet.
Hasn't, but I think it's about done.
Unless Kentucky, his home. He loves Kentucky.
Don't go to Kentucky.
And they say, hey.
What did I text you and Ricky this morning?
Good morning, cuties.
No, after that.
You don't coach football to basketball school.
If you are a football coach that has desires of winning championships and moving up through the ranks, don't go coach at a basketball school.
Right. That's why we laughed like, who won the college basketball national championship last year?
Florida.
Yeah, right. It's like, well, yeah. I think it's a football school. Yeah, you have successor. That's great. Nobody cares. Right? Yeah. Nobody cares. The only time you care is the default because your football team stinks.
Right.
You're like, oh, look at our basketball team. But it's all football. Absolutely it is.
615-737-1025. We'll keep this discussion going. Feel free to weigh in on any of the coaching moves in the games over the weekend. The SEC title game is set between Georgia and Alabama.
Where's my spotter?
So it should be a lot of fun down in Atlanta. The rivalry renewed between Georgia and Alabama. We'll discuss that and much more coming up next. Jason Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Something tells me you may hear this when Alabama hits the field.
Still a song about Tennessee, right?
It is.
Isn't that the thing that drives people crazy?
I think that's what's crazy is like, all the Bama fans will do the F Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too.
Just see Football Scoop just moments ago says Penn State talking with BYU coach Kalani, and I'm not going to say his last name because I'll get fired, is about to heat up. That's a good one.
So Brian Kelly might be left out this cycle.
He's counting his money. And then his son runs out on senior night at LSU with a shirt that says free Brian Kelly. Your dad walked away with $50 million. Shut up.
Yup. I will be curious on that if he ended up somewhere. But to me, Penn State would probably be the likelihood. I did laugh, though. Somebody on Twitter last night said, Ole Miss has the opportunity to do the most hilarious thing ever, and it was a picture of Brian Kelly in an Ole Miss. Ole Miss stuff. By the way, Lane Kiffin becomes the first head coach to coach at 3 different SEC programs.
Is that right? Did we figure that out?
Yeah, because people that were saying like Bear Bryant coached at Texas A&M, they were not in the SEC.
Correct. Right.
So you can't it's not retroactive. Like
bingo.
What he actually did. So like Jerry DiNardo coached
Vandy LSU.
Did
we find one that did 3 though? Wasn't there somebody that's done 3 that's been current? Or no?
I don't think so.
Spurrier, Muschamp.
Spurrier was 2, Muschamp was 2, Saban was 2.
Barrett, Alabama, Kentucky. Auburn did. Hugh Freeze has been at Ole Miss and Auburn.
Being an assistant coach doesn't count.
Correct. Gus was at Arkansas. No, he wasn't head coach at Arkansas, was he? No, he wasn't. No,
it was just Auburn.
Just Auburn. Okay, and UCF. So that doesn't count. I thought we'd left. Tuberville went to Ole Miss to Auburn.
Mm-hmm. Houston Nutt, Arkansas, Ole Miss.
Jackie Sherrill coached at A&M when they were not in the SEC, and he coached at Mississippi State. I thought we had one.
Steve Sloan at a couple of different places.
He was at Duke, Texas Tech, and Vandy. He played at Alabama. He was AD at Alabama, but never a coach. Are we leaving somebody off? DiNardo, Vandy, LSU.
Dan Mullen was at Mississippi State, Florida.
Yep. Doug Dickey, Florida, Tennessee. I thought we had hit on one. It's driving me crazy now to figure it out.
I don't think so.
Lou Holtz was at Arkansas. They were not in the SEC though when he was there, but he was at South Carolina.
Yep.
Florida, Spurrier, Charlie Pell, going back to Galen Hall, going back and back. No, nobody there. Georgia, Rick was at Georgia and Miami. That doesn't count. Dooley was there forever. Donnan was at Marshall. Ray Goff was a Georgia guy. I'm trying to backtrack through all these guys.
Pat Dye was just
Pat Dye was at East Carolina, Wyoming, and Auburn, so that doesn't count.
Vince Dooley he's
at Georgia forever. Yep. Did Kentucky? Where did Kentucky? Rich Brooks, Joker, Guy Morris.
Where was Rich Brooks before Kentucky?
Oregon. So I didn't count. Frank Hershey went to Indiana, I think, and Kentucky. I'm just going through my head because I'm a savant when it comes to these old coaches. LSU. No, I don't think so, right? I think so too. I thought we hit on one that went to 3. Okay, I don't like Kiffin being a groundbreaker trailblazer.
Did you? Well, yeah, no. Dana Bible doesn't count because they weren't in the SEC.
Where'd he coach? Boston College.
Yeah, I think this is wrong. AI is wrong. It does a good job, but sometimes it's wrong. Yeah, I think Lane is the first.
Oh man, don't tell me that.
So
was Ed Orgeron ever an interim head coach for an SEC team? Because he did coach Ole Miss and LSU as a head coach.
It's a good point. I don't think
does interim count for this?
I don't really count interim, but he was interim at USC.
Well, you got to because Brady Hoke counts as a coach at Tennessee. When Butch left. So although it doesn't seem fair, but that's what it is.
All right. So was Orgeron
LSU and Ole Miss?
That's
all I
it.
think of. Yeah.
He was at Tennessee, but not as an interim. I don't.
No,
think.
he was
because he left. He was
he
the
was
one.
Lane's assistant.
Here's why I'm not a fan of his, because when Kiffin left, he spent all night long on the phone with recruits not to go to class the next day, because once you go to class, you can't leave. He was telling every recruit. I mean, he is an absolute snake. And you could love him because he's funny. And Rex Road does an amazing impression of him, which I laugh every time, which is spot on. But he's just and then he had something about some player where they broke into the high school. Did you hear this? Broke into a high school. They did a player's transcript, got the janitor to open the door. Then they broke into the admissions office, called the admissions counselor during a snow blizzard to come down there and it was Fred Davis was the player. Had to flip him, and they flipped him. And like, they all do that. I get that, but that's snake stuff, man. Calling recruits and not go to class. That's why you're there. We all know it's about football, but they'll tell you it's about going to class. And Orgeron didn't do that. But I swear we had one guy that did that.
Well, the only thing I can find is Dennis Erickson in the Pac-10, Pac-12, but not SEC.
No, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
SEC only.
Yeah, I mean, I think SEC has just been two places.
Right.
Do you count? So remember, it still wouldn't be 3, but like Steve Sarkisian was the interim coach for Saban during the COVID year because Saban got COVID.
That's a great question.
Does that count?
That's a great question. Does he get who gets the win in the law?
I think Saban gets the win.
Then that's the ultimate, like, who gets what, and if Saban got that, then it's how it goes. Yeah. So I don't think so. I mean, there's been a lot of variations of interim and coaches and stepping in, but
yeah, again, people want to say Bear Bryant. That doesn't count. Texas A&M was not in the SEC at the time.
You are correct,
sir. Yeah, I mean, and assistant coach doesn't count either.
No, they've all. I mean,
Muschamp was at what? LSU, Auburn,
Florida, Texas, Georgia, Texas, Valdosta State, Eastern Kentucky. I mean, you look at these coaches, assistant coaches. Nobody stays 3 to 4 to 5. I mean, they are bouncing everywhere. I know some coaches that have been at different spots in 9 different years. That is not a way to raise kids. That's not fun to do that when you're having to pluck them out and put them in another school each and every year. Not good.
Yeah. So unless we can think of all right, Rick wants to weigh in on this. Rick, what's up?
Hey guys. Let me first say Fran Kersey was never at Indiana.
Oh, my bad. I thought he was.
No. And I'm an Indiana fan, so I know. But I think you may have said it, but I may have missed it. Is Jerry DiNardo was at LSU and Vanderbilt?
Correct. And Indiana.
Yeah, and Indiana. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether you mentioned him or that was the one you're thinking of that you couldn't think of, or
we needed 3. We needed 3 SEC schools.
We're saying that Lane Kiffin's going to be the first to coach at 3 different SEC schools.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what it is. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
Tim wants to weigh in on Vandy. Tim, what's up?
Hey guys, first of all, getting back to your coaches, Steve Sloan did go to Ole Miss after Vanderbilt.
Did he?
Yes, and then the other coach that you're thinking about was Bill Curry. He went from Alabama to Kentucky.
That's right, yeah. But never, from Georgia Tech to Alabama to Kentucky. That's right.
Steve Sloan was at Ole Miss before Vanderbilt, I guess.
Okay.
Or no, wait. You're right. He came back to Vanderbilt as the OC.
Yeah, he went to Texas Tech after Vandy.
Yeah.
Well, he went and he coached us to 2 winning seasons, and then 75 or 76, and then left, and then it was Ole Miss after that. But yeah, he was in 2, and then Bill Curry was at Alabama, and then went to Kentucky.
Yeah, Sloan's 2 years at Vandy, 3 years at Texas Tech, 5 years at Ole Miss, and then 4 years at Duke. So, yeah, he had some success, but, he got out when he knew that Texas Tech offered that. So, yeah, that's a good one. I mean, he's that's 4 schools he was at there, but Sloan was a good one.
Yeah. Now, what do y'all think about the Vanderbilt game Saturday?
Thought it was good. Thought it was, first half was close, and then I thought Vandy let the offense cook in the second half.
It's going to be a shame. You've got a 10-2 SEC team, probably be the only 10-2 team in the SEC that don't ever make it, and it's going to be us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're right.
Yeah, but don't keep hope alive until you absolutely know they're not in. Because we know this, anything can happen. So I just keep the hope there, man, just in case things fall your way. You never know.
You're sitting here and you got Sarteesian and talking about they need to be in, and they lost 3 games, and one of their losses was to a 3-win Florida game, and he's talking out his butt. And we beat Tennessee, and we did beat them good, but Tennessee didn't beat a team with a winning record all season.
You are correct. They did not beat a team that's going to a bowl game. You are right on that.
No, they didn't. Yeah, well, they didn't beat one that's got a winning record. You go back and look, everybody's below 500.
Yeah,
Yep,
you're
point.
right. No, I mean, you're exactly right, but you can only play who's on your schedule and beat those teams. But yeah, you're right. So look, Georgia's got to play Alabama in the SEC championship game. If Georgia wins, Alabama's got 3 losses. Do they get in? I mean,
somebody said if you go to the championship game, they're not going to hold it against you.
That's a great point. But why? I mean, so like for Georgia, are you penalized if you lose this game on Saturday?
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, this whole deal, the way they got it set up, you got to take the group of 4 team. You've got to have one of them. I understand that, but you're putting them in there, and you can't tell me that they're going to win a game. Probably not, any of them. And you've got a team. They were talking. Roman Harper was talking Saturday on on the SEC Network. He said if Vanderbilt does make it to the playoffs, he said they ain't a team in the playoffs that's going to want to face Vanderbilt.
It's true. Thanks for the call, Tim. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
So, in the regular season matchup, Bama beat Georgia, right?
Yes.
So if Georgia wins, they'd be split this year.
Georgia gave that game away.
Yeah.
Gave it away. So,
by the way, just to put this all in perspective, in the SEC final standings at 10-2, Vanderbilt's 7th.
Good Lord. Who's ahead of them? Alabama,
Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Texas, Oklahoma.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, Oklahoma.
Now, I don't know why Oklahoma
keep winning those games, beating Alabama and Tennessee. It really hurt Vanderbilt big time.
But in points for, like in that metric, Vandy's 4th.
Good. I mean, I hope they get in. I until they say they're out, I hope they get in. You never know. You never know what happens.
Yep.
I mean, Indiana, Ohio State play each other on Saturday. Georgia, Alabama play each other.
That is the question. Does the committee, if Bama lose, let's say Georgia just rolls, Georgia wins by 2 or 3 touchdowns, does the committee punish Alabama for getting the 3rd loss in a conference championship?
I don't think you can, but you should. Maybe law. I don't know. That's
I think they punish Ole Miss for Lane leaving. I don't think they get left out, but I think they.
So what if Ohio State beats Indiana 55-7?
Indiana's still probably in.
Right. It's win the games you can. I just think something should be, because it's so difficult in the SEC.
I'm with you though. Like, you can only play the games that are on your schedule, and I do think, I just think you can't punish somebody for something that they had no control over.
Right. You're right. No, you're right. And I would love to see that committee like, hey, Vanderbilt is the 12th team in. That would be fantastic. Oh, well, that Sunday when it comes out would be great. I just keep hope alive, man, until you know you're not in.
Dr. Crane has sent us something interesting. If it was still the BCS, what would it look like? I'll tell you those rankings coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Vanderbilt on the cusp of the red zone. The season on the cusp of greatness. Pistol formation for Pavia. From a Kylan gun behind him. Man's in motion. There's the snap. Pavia runs toward the left. He finds some space. There goes Pavia at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Diego Pavia. This kid is a legend.
Andrew Allegretta on the call. Vanderbilt defeats Tennessee on Saturday up in Knoxville.
Not just defeated. I mean, they beat the snot out of them.
So in my lifetime, I have seen them beat Tennessee. So I was born in 87, 05, which was up there. 08 here?
No.
Mm-mm. I know they've beaten them here a couple times, like Franklin did, and
13 up there.
Okay.
16 here when Kamara stepped out at 4th and 10.
Yep.
17 up there. 18. Did they not beat Pruitt? Did Mason beat Pruitt back here?
I think Mason beat him like 2 or 3 times.
Dirk Mason's the only Vanderbilt coach to beat 3 different Tennessee head coaches. He beat Butch.
So they beat Tennessee Vanderbilt won 3 in a row. 16, 17, 18.
He beat Butch, Brady Hoke, and Pruitt.
And then 12 and 13 back to back.
That's when Dooley quit.
Yep. And then 05.
Then 05. And then, yeah.
So in my lifetime, I have seen, because 82 was the last time before. So I have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good for you, man. From 82 to 05, it was as lopsided as Tennessee and Kentucky was for such a long time. I think Tennessee, Kentucky was 85 to 2011. Awful. Just awful. So good for you, buddy.
So 81, 33, and 5 is Tennessee's record against Vanderbilt all the time.
All that matters, though, is the last one.
Yep.
So Tennessee fans have gone awfully quiet.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious where they are
over this, man.
All right. So I guess somebody, and I like this, somebody kept up with the BCS formula to do the rankings. So this is the top 25 as of November 30th with the BCS. Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama at 10. BYU at 11, Vanderbilt at 12, Miami, Texas, Utah, USC, Michigan, Virginia, North Texas, James Madison, Tulane, Arizona, Navy, Tennessee, Iowa.
Woo!
So if you were looking at it from that perspective.
Only thing, though, is doesn't count.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right? And I hate that. That's why I'm going to keep hope alive that they somehow it all works out. I need scenarios for this weekend. Like what happens if Duke beats Virginia and Alabama beats Georgia and Texas Tech gets beat by BYU, and what's the other game I'm leaving out there? Is there Indiana, Ohio State?
North Texas, Tulane could decide.
Okay.
Couldn't that decide something?
Well,
that's the American.
In a group of 5 guaranteed regardless a spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't matter.
I think if Tulane wins that and North Texas loses, that solidifies it for JMU, if I'm not mistaken.
That might be right. Because I do think this game matters of which group of 5 team gets in.
Okay, that's good. But but that doesn't affect Vanderbilt.
Right.
Because you're only guaranteed a spot. I need scenarios of how Vanderbilt gets in.
So all right, the Big 12, BYU, Texas Tech. Do you take the loser of that game?
No. You do. Tech's 5th.
Right.
They're 11.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, do you if BYU loses?
No.
Again, you're saying you're punishing them for the championship game. But I agree. Like,
God, right?
I don't see how you can take
it's crazy
an 11-2 BYU over a 10-2 Vanderbilt.
Does it matter
based on the schedule
that Georgia beat Tennessee in overtime? Oklahoma went down to the last second to beat them, and Vanderbilt beat them by 3 touchdowns.
I don't know.
God, there's so much. I spoke to Chris Massaro this weekend a little bit about. I didn't get into details, but He's like, he was going to spend all day Sunday, all day today, looking, talking, everything that goes on. I'm like, I do not want your job.
I am going to be, again, this is one of those things. Don't tell me, well, the rules are the rules. I could be pissed off and understand what the rules are. If Duke beats Virginia and a then 8-5 Duke team gets in because they won the ACC, I'm going to break something. I'm absolutely going to break something.
So what's fair? The rules are already out there.
I get it. I get it. But it just shows you how inferior the ACC is compared to the SEC and the Big Ten.
Well, then get rid of rid of all conferences. Make it one big tournament.
I'm sign me up.
Yep.
They're basically doing that. Like, it's going to get to that point.
Isn't 14 coming next year?
I don't know. I don't think they've decided that.
Why can't they just have playing games?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they're going to 16. I don't think they're going to 14.
They'll let you go to 32, and then the 33rd and 34th team will be bitching because they're out of it, and on and on and on. I mean, it's just they created this nightmare scenario.
Here's my thing. I know we got to go. We're way late. But, like, here's my thing. Of all the years, like, it's like Vanderbilt has never had a year like this in history. And it's like, can you not just give it to us? Like, just like, come on, man.
You still got but I need the scenario.
I know.
There's got to be one out there that they get in. Got to be. If BYU losing is good.
I think if Alabama and BYU lose, it will be, are they going to punish the loser of the championship game?
You need Duke to lose too.
Yeah, and Duke.
Yep.
Right.
Get out of here.
But I mean, that's going to be the thing. Like, are you going to look at Alabama's resume? But again, they can argue, well, Alabama beat Vanderbilt.
Who gets Miami or Vandy? If you had to pick right now.
Vandy.
Yeah, I'm totally with you.
I think Vandy played a tougher schedule.
Uh-huh.
That's not, I mean, yeah, there's bias there, but I mean, it's also, I think, fact behind it too.
Who beat Miami? Was it SMU? And then what's the other team? Dr. Crane. Who beat Miami? SMU and
Louisville.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's the other thing. Notre Dame. I mean, they're going to get in,
of course,
because they're Notre Dame.
7-5, they get in. It's Notre Dame,
but it's still BS.
You can blame Dr. Crane for all that stuff.
Look, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's all we know.
Yeah, well,
it's not the X's and O's. It's the cross. That's all.
Well, join a damn conference. That's what I say.
Aren't they in the air quote ACC? Right.
It's in basketball, and then they play an SEC schedule. This is so, like, it's just every time I look at college football and all the BS that happens, right, I'm just like, this is why we love it. But why have we allowed this?
We spent an hour on this. We could spend 7 more hours talking about. I love it, man.
I know. And I'm a typical Vandy fan that I'm already pissed off about something that hadn't even happened yet.
Right. You're exactly right.
I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, we'll talk about the Titans in hour number 2, because why not? I'm sorry. We don't have to. You tell me if you don't want to. But we'll try. We'll see. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday. Hope you're having a great day so far. Titans still not having a great year, unfortunately.
Might have been the worst performance I've ever seen in Nissan Stadium.
They played well last week, still lost, and then yesterday couldn't even score a touchdown.
Awful. And their first drives have been really good this year.
Really good.
They're the only team in the NFL that's not had a touchdown on the opening drive. They get down there and just can't, like they panic or something. But
yeah, but look, they took that field goal. He should have gone for it. I don't know what it was, like 4th and 2.
Yeah, I'm on the opening drive, and you know me, I hate field goals and I hate punting. Give me points. Give me something off that opening drive. I don't mind that. That's fine. That way I can set out my Fisher meme. I don't mind that at all. But later on, and they now try to get a point. We're like, they should have go for it on 4th and 5 from their own 40. And the guy's like, they're 1 for 9 today on 3rd downs.
Yeah.
What makes you think they're going to convert? They're just awful from top to bottom.
Terrible.
As much progress as Cam Ward we thought he made last week, I mean, he regressed so much. And then our guy Restrepo gets hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen a thing injury update, but it didn't look good. The guy was making plays, and it couldn't get any worse for this team. Now you go on the road and take on Cleveland. Then you go to San Francisco. Then Kansas City comes in here, and thank God you got the Saints. And y'all are going to be griping when they beat the Saints like, well, we lost the first pick of the draft. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy.
Yep. I'm with you. It's just like, man, but it is what it is. This is what they are. And
what has happened to J.C. Latham?
He's
what has
terrible.
happened to him? They show Josh Hines Allen or Allen Hines, whatever it is, bull rush him, swim him, rip him, and just kind of play ghost with him and then swim him real quick. He couldn't stop him. Then they spent the whole offseason convincing us he's a right tackle. First, he's a left tackle, right? He was okay. During the last half of last year, he kind of wore down. It's a big thing for a rookie. At right tackle, he's back in his normal position. Terrible. Y'all lied to us over there. You lied to us.
No, I don't think they lied to us. They just didn't know.
And then Daddy Callahan, he's the best offensive line coach ever. I mean, that guy could make anybody work. No, he can't make anybody work. And we saw it late. This just awful. I don't know who the right guard is. Cushenberry's out. And I told this yesterday to Derek and Chris. Every time Cushenberry's name comes up, I think about cereal. Like Frankenberry and Booberry. I don't know why. Anyway, Cushenberry's terrible. And then Skoronski's okay. And then Dan Moore, I'm telling you, they should charge Dan Moore a ticket. He's got the best seat in the house. He does nothing and watches the action. I'd like that seat.
Yeah.
And they pay him millions to do that. It's terrible. This football team is terrible. And then the punter for Jacksonville, who got in the fight? The punter for Jacksonville was the linebacker. I forget what it was. 44, 54?
I don't know.
I thought it was Khalil Mullins. Okay, he was threatened or whatever it was.
I would have launched that punter into the river.
Logan Cook.
I would have launched, and then he faked the fall down, which I laughed.
Dude, they didn't call the second one. And here's the funny thing. So I'm listening. I'm glad you brought this up. I'm listening on the radio,
right,
for the first one, and yeah. Just gonna let that go.
Right,
but anyway, I'm listening, and they make the call, and I obviously I'm not seeing it.
Right.
Coach Mack's pissed.
Yeah.
And like that was, I mean, he's ready to fight the refs, which was great. Like that was.
Where am I?
I was with him on that. Then I get to the house and they show it, and I'm like, yeah, that was a BS call. Well, then there's the next one,
right,
that I actually think probably should have been called. But I think the refs did a Mary Kay and knew that they screwed the first one up. So they were like, we'll let this one go.
And what was it? His feet came down clean or something like that?
Yeah,
and I was like, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
But when you got a punter who's jive talking you, I'm telling you, Simmons should have picked him up and broke his back. Like WWE, just broke his back. It's a punter talking garbage to you. And they let it happen, man. I don't know. And then this week you go to Cleveland. all the hoobaloo around Shedeur Sanders is going to happen up there. And now what's Cam going to, I don't know how worse it can get for this football. I really don't know how much worse it can get for this football team. The Saints is the only close to winnable game they have left on the schedule. Can you imagine if the Chiefs are fighting for a playoff spot, how Mahomes would carve up that secondary?
Oh, God.
You had guys running wide open down the middle of the field. What happened to Lonnie Hooker? Do you sign contracts? I'm good.
What happened to the whole team? Like the whole team. 6391 says that punter is 6'5", 230. Good luck launching, dude.
It's a punter. He's a punter. He's not Chuck Norris.
Okay, well,
Simmons should have picked him up and done a Hulk Hogan on Andre the Giant and just slammed that dude.
By the way, Titans fans too, not only does your team suck, but Marcus Mariota threw a beautiful touchdown pass to Traylon Burks in Sunday Night Football.
Right? It's
so
crazy.
You have that too.
Oh, man.
Like you're just sitting there watching this, and like for me, it's just I'm just kind of like, well, son of a.
Did I see that Austin Johnson had a sack yesterday?
Probably.
Versus, or he had a huge play versus the Jags.
Byers leading the league in interception.
Byers. I mean, come on. Why did Rand?
Rand.
Why did Rand pick on him? Oh, he's lost a step. Did he? Well, he's found it.
Let me ask you this. Why did Rand get the job? Let's just, he was terrible.
Turn my microphone off
because
I can't comment on that.
Yeah, well, he was terrible. It was an absolutely terrible hire.
It was. And how much credit he got in San Francisco? Nobody can ever answer me how much credit he got in San Francisco. Oh. Nobody can ever answer me how much for some really good drafts.
Apparently, I think really what got him the job is Brock Purdy.
I think so as well.
I think he put a good grade on Brock Purdy, and that worked out for them, and that got him a GM job.
So who got the grade on Trey Lance?
Apparently that's on John Lynch. That was the explanation I was given was, well, the first round, that's on the GM.
Yeah.
Because the GM has time to look at that. But the seventh and undrafted round guys, like that's what your analytic guys and scouts and all that.
We got a whole lot of people to blame here. Robinson, Amy, Rand, just on down the line. Just awful. I mean, it's the worst football team I've ever seen in that stadium. The 04 team was bad. 14 was really bad. 15, you had a little hope going there because you had Mariota and Lawan were doing some things. And even though they won 2 games, but still, you felt like something was – I got nothing now with them. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
No.
What's going to be crazy is to see –
What was that? No. Thanks again, Rand.
I want to see next year. I'm just curious, because none of us have faith in Brinker, but we have faith in Borgonzi.
Sure.
And this year's draft class, okay, I see some promise. So based on that, next year is going to be interesting because based on what I think I know, they should be better next year.
If they, with the number 1 pick, if they take a lineman, I'm going to go to the airport and I'm going to block the plane. I'm not letting it leave. I'm not letting it get off. You're not drafting a lineman. You're drafting a playmaker. We let Brock Bowers go. They let Brock Bowers go. And I'm sure if I look back at J.C. Latham, I'm sure there's players taken after him or Skoronski that they could have gotten. So thanks everybody for this. And now, for those who went to the game, I didn't go to the game, but from those that went, just said the attendance was just.
I was offered tickets. I offered people tickets, and it was Nick Frazier laughed at me, said how dare you text me on Sunday?
I was like, I have other plans. I wish I could, but I can't. Thanks for the
washing
offer.
your hair. He was washing his hair. That's what he was doing.
Exactly what I was doing. This luscious Fabio hair of mine.
Your mom is a hairstylist, right?
That's correct.
Is it a hairdresser or hairstylist?
She's technically an esthetician / hairstylist, but she's a third generation.
So what do we call it?
I'd call her a hairstylist. Yeah.
Okay. Because Lord forbid you call somebody a stewardess, then you're shoved out of a plane at 40,000 feet. So what's the correct term for that? Is it hairstylist?
Yeah, I believe it's hairstylist. Yes.
Okay.
Big Joe on the go on Twitter.
I'm just telling you,
Leave
man.
me out of this. Wes in Clarksville says, "Are y'all rooting for Vrabel tonight?" Absolutely.
Heck yeah. Oh, all the way. All the way.
way.
Yes.
At this point now, I don't want them to lose another game.
I want to see Amy shoot the TV the way Elvis shot it with Robert Goulet in Vegas when he was on there. Elvis couldn't stand him. He shot the TV. If Vrabel wins a Super Bowl, that TV is going to be thrown out or shot. Something's going to happen. Hell yeah, we're rooting for Vrabel. Why not?
Bring gas.
That's 615-737-1025. We'll have more coming next. Neil, hang on. We'll get your call. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 the game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. You know, we spent a lot of time on our show talking about mental health the last 2 years, and so grateful to all the men who've reached out, who want to improve their life and get it going on. But a lot of guys are still out there that'll struggle with a lot of things, and December and the holiday season can be really tough for a lot of guys. So, and again, unfortunately, we've all been affected by a friend and loved one who has suffered from depression and is just no longer with us. That's why we are so honored to partner with Unity Psychiatric Care, just a wonderful place right here in Middle Tennessee. If you do get help, and it works. I'm telling you right now, reaching out and talk to somebody changed my life. Do the same for you. Here's all you got to do. Just go to thegamenashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there's a link to Unity Psychiatric Care right there on the right side of the page. Again, so many have reached out to us, and now we got a partner that cares about you, and you don't have to go through any of this alone. It's private, it's confidential, and they offer telehealth. You can do it right from your own house. And yes, they're based right here in Middle Tennessee. Or you can call 1-888-508-8002. That's 1-888-508-8002. And then listen to this, please. If you have a loved one who needs to talk and you are worried, you could be that person that changes their world. Also, go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and you'll see all the information you need for Unity Psychiatric Care. Listen, we love you so much. We tell you every day, and our world's a better place because you are here. Just know help is just around the corner, and you don't have to go through any of this alone.
Can you convince me this team wants to be here?
We do, because I can feel the frustration in this locker room right now. I don't think that frustration exists if they don't care. I think we're all pretty pissed off right now. It doesn't matter eliminated or what our record is. We want to go out there and try to win and put a good performance. And that wasn't that. And I feel a lot of frustration about that. And I kind of work to try to be the best player I can. So we care. I feel you guys in this room working hard and care. And yeah.
That was Peter Stronsky yesterday. Paul Koharski asking, look, I chasing Big Joe here. I'm not going to question. Again, I've said this over and over again. I think they care. I think they're playing hard. I just think they're really bad.
Right. And it's okay.
They're just
to
not
say
a good
that.
football team. The head coach is terrible. The roster is terrible. You got some good players that are going to be here next year and continue to develop, but there's going to be a lot that aren't. I mean, that's just the way it is. This is a bad team.
And we've talked to Chris Sanders about that. If these guys now you just put stuff on tape, right? I mean, I know it's kind of the singular mindset of me, but go out there, be part of the team, and make plays and make happen. It's like no difference than a guy trying to hit the portal, right? Except you're in the pros, like, maybe somebody with the Rams could look and say, hey, number 44, Mike Brown, you just beat the snot out of the punter. Maybe we want you on our team. So there's stuff you put on tape that agents can have and go forward. It's just sad that you're doing this, and now you're 1-11, and you're not competitive. Your quarterback, I don't know why he didn't run yesterday when he was in trouble. He took some awful sacks through the ball out of bounds. Is anybody not working with him? What's Nick Holtz doing over there besides nothing? His job should be
he's giving suggestions.
Suggestions. Don't play it, man.
He's getting the Uber Eats orders. Let's go to Neil. Neil wants to weigh in on Cam Ward. Neil, what's up?
What's up, Joe and Chase? How y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be a hot take. I'm done with Cam Ward, bro. He's garbage. He's trash. He can't sit in the pocket. Can't make a decisive decision. He's inaccurate, and he's lucky Levis got hurt this year, because once Levis gets that shoulder situated, he's got a better line than Levis ever had, and he's got better weapons. I guarantee you, if Levis is on this team next year, he beats him out for his job. And if Morganzi and Brinker thought that guy was the next Mahomes, they need to get their butts out of the organization too, because he is not worth the number one pick. And the simple fact that they messed up and didn't sign Sam Darnold and didn't take the 4 picks from the Giants, you need to be fired. I'm done.
Hold on, Neil. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Why in the hell would Sam Darnold have come here?
That's all you people.
That is the dumbest
argument. Thank you for the call, Neil. Everybody's saying this team would be better with Sam Darnold. Do you realize he'd still have the same garbage around him that Cam Ward does? Does that not register? He's got a good roster in Seattle. That's why he signed with Seattle.
And he's getting paid really
He
well.
was never coming here. Nope. Everybody that's bitching and moaning about this, that saying they should have signed him. He's got to want to sign here.
Yeah, it's just he's got it good in Seattle.
It's the same group that's I can't believe they got rid of Derrick Henry. He wanted to leave.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, you're not winning a championship here. Let him go. Sam Darnold's not stupid. He got the same money in Seattle with a better roster. He came here last week and beat you. So the Darnold talk is just null and
waste
void
of time. Take off your two-tone glasses and see the truth. The team's bad.
So I was sold last week on Cam Ward. Now I don't know what I'm doing. I thought he played really well for Seattle. Things broke down yesterday. He looked terrible.
So
terrible.
With that said, we're going to do this on December 1st, and a lot's going to change. But I have pulled up right now who are projected to be free agents next year.
Oh,
and I'm going to name some names, and you two are going to tell me, 1, would you think about it if you're the Titans? And 2, is there a chance in hell that they would actually want to come here?
Let's go.
Because that's how free agency works. The player has a choice in that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. We'll do that next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Mike McCoy and his band playing this. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 the game.
But are they?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll never question a coach's work ethic. I never will.
No. Again, you can work hard and just be bad at your job.
Or have a bad team.
That's just kind of how it is. Devin and Dixon says, so my burning question I have is for Joe. What would Elvis / Peyton Manning say about the Titans team? By the way, before you do that, I just want you to know that the impact you've had on me.
Oh, no.
Driving down, like my mom was calling, like, hey, where are you at when I was driving down? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to Memphis right now.
You cannot not say it right every time.
And then I got there and they were like, well, how was traffic? I'm like, man, I hit Memphis is pretty good. You know, I thought about going to see mom and daddy down there in Tupelo.
I said, I got on I-55, man. I said, where was it going? Is it going south? I said, go south. No, I said, no, man, it's down Tupelo. I was talking to somebody yesterday at JBJ's about Silverfield going from Memphis to Arkansas, and he was like, excuse me? I was like, man, I'm going to go to Memphis, Arkansas, about a 2-hour drive. He's like, who? I'm like, Memphis. He's like, oh, okay. Peyton Manning, like, man, I want to have on the Manning cast tonight with Eli, and we're going to talk about a little something about this time. I believe in Cam Ward's got something going on there, but I don't know. Head coach, and I talked to Archie about it, and he says, man, we're worried about Archie right now down to Texas. Got a big one over Texas A&M. And I was like, that's all I got to do right there and get the boys in the playoffs, try to figure something out. But Archie said, I ain't going to do something like that. So I get back over to Baylor and see Marshall. They got a game this weekend down in Chattanooga. And that his son's name, Marshall?
Yeah.
So Marshall got a game down there in Chattanooga.
I got to do a little Manning cash tonight with Eli.
Yeah, and then Eli was like,
I'll coach Ole Miss. Hotty totty.
Oh, I'd love to coach Ole Miss. Where's Coach Dubin? Oh, he's in the Grove. Send the drone.
He's lost again. He and Colonel Reb are out.
Send the drone to the Grove. I'd be fired in a day.
Is Abner's Chicken still in Oxford? Let me know. I'd be curious.
Is it?
Of that. I don't know.
I think we've discussed this before.
It's a great place.
Somebody did,
Listen, some of the best nights I don't remember were in Oxford, Mississippi.
I'm with you on that one, man.
So they were
good.
They were good. So free agents next year. That like you tell me if you'd be interested, and then if you think they'd be interested.
Okay.
The top one's going to be Trey Hendrickson, because his contract's up. He's going to be 31 and he's making $29 million this year.
Good Lord. He ain't coming here.
No chance.
Unless he just wants money. If you want a championship, you're not coming here. All right.
Now, this next one that I'm about to name, I guarantee you Titans fans are going to be clamoring for and say, sign him. And if they do, it's because they haven't learned their lesson. Because I'm done with old, hurt wide receivers. Mike Evans.
No chance. You don't need him. Nope.
Same goes for this one. Christian Kirk.
No.
Khalil Mack.
No. I think they figured him out for the moment. And plus,
he's 35.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Deebo Samuel. He'll be 30.
No.
Okay, agreed. Braden Smith, a right tackle at the Colts.
Yes.
I'd consider that.
Take away from your division rival.
I'd consider that. He's pretty good.
See Jake Scott.
Travis Kelce is probably going to retire, so I would say no on him.
Correct.
He'll be almost 37. Jonah Williams, right tackle with the Arizona Cardinals. He's 28.
Absolutely.
I don't know much about him, but I'd look at him.
Okay.
All right. Joel Bitonio, going to be 30. He's a guard. Going to be close to 35 from Cleveland.
No.
Kyle Duggar, safety with the Steelers.
How old?
30. I'd look at it.
Yeah. He's no Tim Duggar, but yeah.
Not to be confused with Penn and Teller. Wyatt Teller, he's a guard, also with Cleveland, 31.
Is he kin to Jim Wyatt? If so, bring him in.
I don't know.
I'd look at him. I'd look at a guard. Yeah.
Titans fans, of course, will be done with Cam Ward and say, sign Daniel Jones. He'll be this year's Sam Darnold, I'm sure, but don't do that. I would have done this one 4 years ago. Hassan Reddick, who's an edge rusher with Tampa Bay. He'll be close to 32.
No, we're good.
Need edge help. But Mark Andrews, going to be 30, tight end from Baltimore.
No.
I agree.
Mm-mm.
David Njoku, tight end, Cleveland, going to be close to 30.
Is David Martin Robinson any good?
I don't know.
I mean, you got Gunner, you got Chig, you got David Martin Robinson.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got 3 names, though. That's a serial killer.
Jamel Dean, cornerback from Tampa Bay. He'll be 30 as well.
Sure.
I'd look at it.
Hell yeah.
I'd look at that.
They need cornerbacks.
Joey Bosa, edge rusher. He'll be 31, Buffalo. Probably not.
Probably not. I don't know.
Cam Robinson, left tackle. He'll be close to 30. The whole offensive line for Cleveland's up. He'll be close to 31.
It depends on how much you got left to pay Dan Moore.
Yeah, I think you're stuck there.
Yeah.
Jalen Thompson, he's a safety. He'll be close to 28, Arizona.
Sure.
All right, I'll look at that. David Onyemata, defensive lineman. He'll be close to 34, Atlanta.
Say his name again, Onyemata?
No, you get it one more.
All right.
Rob Havenstein, he's a right tackle, will be 34 from the Rams.
Nope, we're good.
Malcolm Kuntz, edge rusher, close to 28 from the Vegas Raiders.
Maybe. I mean, edge rushers under 30, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you need, like, they got DJ Reader on here. Plus, I don't think he leaves Detroit. 2 wide receivers, Alan Lazard, Jacoby Myers. I say
Jacoby Myers is okay.
I would look at Myers maybe, but probably not. Probably not.
I'd look at him. No.
Nope. Let's see. These guys are too old. Diami Brown, who's a wide receiver from Jacksonville. I have no idea who that is.
Probably not.
Thank you. Tutu Atwell from the Rams.
Only if he wears a tutu. Then yes.
He's 27.
Okay, what's he play?
He play?
That's a great question. Dallas Goedert from Philadelphia.
Tight end?
Yep.
Yeah.
If he becomes available,
sure.
Yep, I'm with you.
Yeah.
By the way, I officially feel old. Taysom Hill is one of them. He's going to be close to 36. That dude's been in the league 10 years. Almost 10 years.
Over that, wouldn't it be? 36?
Almost 10.
What he
came out late, I think.
Like 25? 24?
Yeah, something like that.
Holy cow.
Kevin Zeitler. Don't bring him back. Bobby Wagner, no. Levante David, no. Yatura Gross Matos. I'd look at him.
I've never heard of this guy.
He's
You're making names up.
He's with San Francisco. He's going to be close to 28.
Are you doing South American dictators? Because I can't. Where's he now? Where's that guy play?
San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
I believe he was from Penn State. He was the guy coming off his rookie deal, right, Chase?
Yeah.
Yatura Gross Matos.
Yeah.
Yatura Gross Matos.
Edge rushers, baby.
Draymond Jones, they traded him. That'd be interesting to bring him back. Andre Cisco's a safety, going to be close to 26 with the Jets.
Now, you brought up a point earlier about a former quarterback. Will he be a free agent that used to be here?
He will be. I'm going to tell you right now, for the previous caller that was talking about Will Levis is not going to be on this roster because they are going to get in front of what that caller was saying. They want no doubt about it that Cam Ward's going to be the guy.
Right.
But what would be hilarious and the most Titans thing ever, and I would love to watch certain Titans fans lose their ever-loving mind if they did this, is bring back Marcus Mariota as the backup.
All day long.
He's done a good job with Washington. I'll give him credit. Like, he's hung in there. They're not a good team, but
3-9, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he's come back and redeem himself for the worst performance I've ever seen for a professional quarterback in a football game.
Kyle Pitts is scheduled to be an unrestricted free agent. I'd look at it. I mean, he's been underutilized in Atlanta. I thought that dude was going to have a hell of a career.
Right. Yeah.
Tyler Higbee's another one, but he's 33.
Higbee's 33?
Yep.
Good loud.
Yep. Kenneth Murray.
Bring him back.
That'd be great. John Franklin Myers.
3 names. Pass.
Connor McGovern, who's a center.
Where is he?
Buffalo. I'd look at that because Cushionberry and
maybe get out of Frankenberry's deal because that thing terrible. I'd rather have the cereal than him blocking.
Yeah. Let's go to the phones. Eric, what's up, my friend?
Hey guys, first of all, I just want to tell you, I was at the game yesterday. I tell you what, I left after the third quarter. I've been a season ticket holder for 25 years. It was pretty bad, guys. I tell you what, guys. Really, the only excitement I thought at the game where it got the most cheers and reaction and applause was the wiener dog race at halftime. Maybe we should have had Homer in the backfield. The wiener dog won. That would help us. Guys, I tell you what, it was just so frustrating to see what they did on the first drive to get what they got, 70 yards. And then after that, I heard the next three drive got -4 yards. Even when we fell behind 15-3, I really thought we should have tried to at least attempt to keep the running game. We were still in it. And the fact that we pretty much totally went away from that, it's got to be the play calling or something like that. And one of the wild things, guys, I heard on the postgame show, actually, one of the callers did call in and said, we ought to fire Mike McClain, coach. You know, you're not going to do that. But I heard that. It just was just really bad. And all these people are calling in saying Cam's a bust. And I've heard this stuff like, you know, when we get the first-round draft pick, you know, trade him or whatever, and then draft Mendoza. Guys, it doesn't matter who the quarterback was going to be here. Even if you got Sam Donald, I don't care if you Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Shedeur Sanders, which we play next week, everybody's like, well, we should have drafted Shedeur. It doesn't matter. Even Aaron Rodgers, it doesn't matter who was back here. We don't have the weapons to do anything for Cam. And while I do have my issues with him, it's not all him. It's the whole team around him, the staff. It's just, I don't know anybody could realistically succeed with this team. So getting rid of the quarterback, that's I think he's one of the least problems we've had. There are so many other issues, guys. Those are my thoughts. Y'all take care, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks.
See you, Big E.
Appreciate it. Trey, what's up, Trey?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
We're good. How are you?
Good. Hey, for a week, so y'all been telling me, you know what I'm saying, stay in there, Trey. Cam Ward, Cam Ward gonna be all right. And I was just like, okay, I slept on it. You know, I gave it a good go. But it's bad, man. It's terrible. I don't even understand, you know, like, what the whole concept of what they're doing out there. And then getting out there and wanting to fight because you're bad. Everybody knows you're bad. And I know that, you know, it's not going to get any better, you know, for the rest of the year. But, you know, I was optimistic. I'm still a little bit optimistic, but it's not going to be, you know, where I'm like, oh, Cam Ward this, Cam Ward that. He's bad. The team's bad. The organization is bad. Amy's bad. Everything's bad over there. If anybody take that Titans job, you got to realize that you're coming to a firestorm. It's not going to get better overnight, and you're probably going to lose 10 games coming out of the gate. And I don't know if anybody will want that kind of job. And for somebody to say, oh, I got season tickets for the Titans, what is that word?
Yeah.
They ain't won in about 4 years. So y'all have a good day. I love y'all.
Thank you, Trey. Appreciate it, buddy.
Well, there's a lot to unpack with that call right there. My goodness.
There is. Well, we'll unpack it, have more coming. John McClain will join us at 2 o'clock. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here again. We're going to tell you more and more all the time about mental health. It's kind of what we talk about on our show quite a bit because we need to talk about it. We need to get guys to start opening up and talking to people because that's what helped me, was opening up, talking to somebody. I'm still in therapy and it's been the best thing ever in my life. I need you to go there too as well. If you're struggling, need to talk to somebody, it's a perfect place to go. We've partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care here at 102.5 The Game. Just a wonderful place right here in Middle Tennessee for you to get well. And it works. All you got to do is go to GameNashville.com and click on the Chase and Big Joe show. On the right side, you'll see all the information you need about Unity Psychiatric Care. So many men have reached out to us. Now we have a great partner that cares about you. And listen, this is important. You don't have to go through this alone. It's private, it's confidential, and they offer telehealth. They're based right here in Middle Tennessee. Or you can call 1-888-508-8002. That's 1-888-508-8002. And listen, if you have a loved one who needs to talk and you are worried, you can be that person that changes their world. Just simply go now to theGameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe Show tab, and everything you need right there for Unity Psychiatric Care, all the information. Listen, help is just around the corner, and please know this, you don't have to go through any of this alone.
Mariota to the back. Oh, he caught it! Burks! Unbelievable touchdown!
That Burks was so hungry for action, and that is a classic. One-handed, one fingertip over the edge of the ball to stop that thing, hold off the defense. Stop it! That's insane.
Oh man, that was Sunday Night Football. Marcus Mariota to Traylon Burks.
What was your immediate reaction? I just started laughing.
I laughed.
Right?
Yep. I thought it was funny.
It was funny because we all called that when he was let go and Commanders picked up, like, you know what's going to happen. He's going to score a touchdown and everything else. But look, he was injured here, couldn't stay on the field. He get on the field, get injured off the field. I mean, it was time. I mean, just he was never. I mean, it was sad. I mean, he was never going to live up to being replacing A.J. Brown. There was just a lot of things that weren't going to work for him. I mean, that's the way it was. And then he goes to Washington and probably become an old pro.
You have pulled up the Homer Simpson the dealing
5 stages of dealing with death,
which
right?
applies to so many things.
Yeah. 5 stages of dealing with a bad football team. The first one is denial, right? First one's denial. Titans aren't that bad. They got it. Then it's anger. Why did you drop that pass? Why can't you block J.C. Latham? Why are you sitting on your ass? Fear. They'd be like, who's next? Who are we playing next? What's next opponent? We're going to lose? Then bargaining with this. Yeah, well, maybe we'll be good if we do this and do that. And then finally, the fifth stage of dealing with a terrible football team is acceptance. Well, they're pretty damn bad. And then you accept all that goes on with that. And that's what we got there. Because I don't see it getting better anytime, man. Right? You got to go to Cleveland this week. Then you got to go to San Francisco. How bad's that going to be? Then the Chiefs come here, and if they're fighting for a playoff berth, Mahomes going to throw for 1,000 yards that day. Then you got the Saints. Okay. How many people at the Saints game on December the 28th? You might have two teams sitting there at 1-14.
It will literally be like somebody will offer you Titans tickets, and then you'll look at them and go, "Do you hate me? Like, did I do something to piss you off?"
I don't know. And Amy's at the game. She was there. They showed her on TV one time, and somebody was showing her something on the phone. Hopefully, it's a meme from one of us.
No, it's her. It's her Titans media hit list.
Who's next? We got on that list there.
Kuharski, Dubin, McCabe.
So they've only got 2 more home games, right? So to be the Chiefs, the Saints, because the last game's at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Wow. Get this thing over with.
Is that right? 2 more?
Because they're 1-11, so there's 5 games.
Yeah.
Browns, Niners, Chiefs, Saints, and the Jaguars.
Oh, I forgot they had to go out to San Francisco.
Right. By the way, I saw Jacksonville's team plane. It's an Atlas plane, name of it. They fly up here in a 747. It's gigantic. And that's what she said. And it's just this huge plane, man. I mean, they probably made it from Jacksonville in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments of the Titans game.
Oh, I know what you're about to tell.
I was sitting there with one of the on-field game operator guys, like 11:28. I'll never forget the time, right in there. And he's like, yeah, planes just took off for the flyover. I'm like, oh, that's cool. From Smyrna, 11. He's like, no, Pensacola. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, they fly from it took them like 25 minutes to get from Pensacola here.
And then turn around and go back.
Straight back. Can you imagine flying that fast?
No, they hit the afterburners. I mean,
boom, gone, man.
So you make it from Pensacola to Atlanta probably in like what, 5 minutes?
I would, yeah, right. I mean, I was like, you got to be kidding me. And sure enough, like 11:57, they fly through right when the anthem's going on. I was like, God bless America. So where's Lee Greenwood? And call him. Get him on the
Let's go to Jack, who wants to weigh in. Jack, what's up?
So I'm watching Mariota and Burks last night, and it dawned on me between the Thanksgiving games and this weekend, all the Titans players that are still out there doing it.
Okay.
Kevin Byard is leading the league in takeaways from Chicago. Derrick Henry rushed for over 100 yards the other night. And you keep looking around and you keep finding these guys that they had to get rid of that keep right on trucking. Not to mention, Vrabel will probably keep the train going tonight if they beat the Giants.
Hey, Jack, quick question. Where are you turning into?
I'm in East Nashville right now. And you talk about those flyovers. I live in East Nashville, and they used to line up and go right over my house every time they'd have any kind of jets come by. I had 4 A-10s just about take the top of my trees off one Sunday.
Do you go out in the backyard and yell at them?
No, but just about I'll be watching the CBS feed, and just about the time, it's about 5 till, I go outside, stand there for a minute, and sure enough, you can hear something coming.
You got a nice backyard. Can we do a remote in your backyard and when it's nice outside?
Anytime. Let me know when.
We're not kidding. We'll come into your house.
I'll cook.
Oh, good. The same way Rand cooked?
No. I cook. No.
Jackie.
No. That nobody would fire me for my cooking.
All right, appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it. Adam in Portland. Adam, what's up?
Man, I tried to say hey to you guys the other day, but you had security.
Yeah, we waved at you. Like, I didn't realize that was you. I would have walked out there. So my bad.
No, dude. No, well, and Joe was busy, so no, it's all good, man. Joe, I appreciate your messaging, by the way, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that text you that, but you send good vibes, man, on the non-sports related stuff you do. We really appreciate it.
Wow, thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Dude, so as far as the team goes, when you're talking about acceptance being the last thing, I accept that we are bad, right? Like
Right.
I'm way past that point. The problem is that there's nothing to look forward to, because even if you try to look forward to the top pick, I don't believe in Brinker, and I don't believe he's going to leave his hands out of picking or trading or doing anything and not mess it up. So that's where the true depression comes in, because I'm like, yeah, Cam doesn't have help, and honestly, Cam doesn't look very good either. All 53 of them look bad, man. Like, there's nobody standing out as a hustler, somebody who wants to play. And I said the Jaguars punter, I think, may be tougher than all of our players, which is really crazy from a 26-year Titans fan. So that's my problem, is that Brinker does not inspire me, even if we do get the top pick.
Well said, man.
Yeah, appreciate the phone call, Adam, as always. We'll have more with John McClain coming up in just a few minutes here on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday, a big NFL weekend, and we bring in our buddy John McClain to talk more about it. John, hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
I did, guys, and I hope you did too. And it's this is a time of year when you separate the pretenders from the contenders. We have great races going on in both conferences, and people are overlooking another great race. A great race to get the first pick in the draft, in which the Titans are hanging on for dear life because they got the Giants, the Raiders, and the Saints breathing down their necks. And of those teams, you know, you look at the Raiders need a quarterback. The Saints are probably going to need a quarterback. The Giants don't. So the key is to get one of those teams or one of the 3 or 4 win teams. And remember, when the Bears made that deal with Carolina, it put the Bears, I believe, in the 9th spot. And it's worked out quite well for the Bears as it has the Patriots in their rebuilds. But good thing about your game yesterday, after that opening field goal, you didn't have to worry about the Titans threatening to be number 1. And you could go, because you guys are going to have the most fun in the off season.
Yep. Two years in a row with the number 1 overall pick is how it's looking for the Tennessee Titans. Are the Texans making this interesting now? I mean, the AFC South is, I mean, Jags and Colts, and then the Texans are 1 game back, but they beat the Colts 20-16. I feel like they're surging at the right time.
They've won 4 in a row. It was a November to remember. They lost at the first on a field goal to the Broncos. Broncos won by 3, and T.J. Stroud got hurt in that game, and Davis Mills came off the bench and couldn't do squat, and so they got beat on the late field goal. But then they won the next 4. So they go to Kansas City Sunday night, riding a great streak, not by the offense, but by the defense. The offense scores just enough to get by. Texans still lead the NFL fewest points allowed and fewest yards. And they haven't won in Kansas City since 2019 when they won in regular season. Mahomes threw 3 touchdown passes, but they still beat them. And then they had them down 24-0 in the playoffs in the first half. And then they got crushed with with the biggest choke job in Texans history, the second biggest choke job in Houston history, to the Oilers and the Bills after the 92 season. And the Chiefs are struggling in some areas. And so we'll see. It'll be Mahomes against the Texans defense. C.J. Stroud came back through for 276 yards. He was off target. You could tell he was rusty from missing 3.5 games, but it's been fun. Indy goes to Jacksonville, the first of their 2 games. And I'm guessing Jacksonville's going to win, take over sole possession, and the Colts will lose. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the Colts miss the playoffs, because the formula for beating them is to contain Jonathan Taylor and let Daniel Jones beat you. And now that he has that fractured fibula and can't move the way he usually does, he's not a running threat. And you have Lawrence is healthy. I still have a hard time believing in the Jaguars, but right now, if I were picking the division winner, I would pick the Jaguars. I just went over the remaining games, and I picked the Jaguars to be 11-6, Texans 10-7, and Colts 9-8.
You know, John, I look at this Texans team. Their 4 losses are all by 1 possession, 1 score losses, and their last 4 wins are all 1 score wins. So this football team loves to give you a heart attack, but I mean, they're knowing how to win. I know it's we all know this, but this football team is getting hot at the right time, and they are fun to watch, John.
Joe, there's only one player left, but in 2018 under Bill O'Brien, they started 0-3. Then they won 9 in a row. That's the year that Deshaun Watson had the punctured lung and broken ribs and couldn't fly, so they had to take the luxury coach to a road game in Jacksonville, and they beat the Jaguars with defense. And so here, fans at least, were saying, remember 2018. Their offense, to me, it's too inconsistent. The offensive line, they've just started the same group 3 games in a row, and it's been better, but their offense is still suspect. And but the defense is great, but I don't see them doing any damage if they're a wild card team. I think they'd be one and done. If they were to pull out the division and they split with the Jaguars, then I think they'd be capable of winning a divisional playoff game here for the 3rd year in a row before losing on the road. But it's been fun to watch it after that 0-3 start. And when I think about that 0-3 start, a 5-point loss at the Rams in which you give up 14 points and you lose 14-9. Then you lose 1 point to the Buccaneers when the defense had its worst series of the season. All they had to do is stop Baker Mayfield one last drive to win. They couldn't do it. Bucs win by 1. And then they're playing at Jacksonville. They lose by 7, and they had 3 turnovers in Jacksonville's red zone in the 4th quarter. So they were close to winning that one. But then, Joe, they were doing just what it took to lose. Now they're doing just what it takes to win.
I love it. John, we're going to be watching Monday Night Football tonight as the Patriots take on the Giants. And isn't it funny? You look back, the first game of the year, the Raiders beat the Patriots 20-13. It wasn't even that close. And you're thinking, oh, boy, Mike Vrabel's in for a long year. But John, see this football team at 10-2, and the schedule, Giants, Bills, Ravens, Jets, and Dolphins down the stretch. This sets up great for them. Plus, they got a bye week, John. So your thoughts on Vrabel and where this team sits right now as they head into their bye week after tonight's game?
All this came a year early. I think most everybody looked at what the Patriots had a great young quarterback, didn't have a lot of playmakers, needed a lot of talent, had more money than any team in the league to spend on the cap. So it would take 2 off seasons for them to be competitive and have a chance to win a wild card berth. No way they were going to overtake the Bills because the Bills are dominating the division the way the Patriots used to. And then lo and behold, they won 9 in a row. Vrabel's coach of the year. Ben Johnson will finish second in coach of the year unless something happens and the Patriots collapse. And teams like the Bears and the Patriots should give every bad team in the league, like the Titans, hope for what they can do if you make the right personnel decisions in your front office, then you have the right staff to coach them. And I'm happy for Vrabel. I still think that if we were talking today on one of my shows about if you go to the AFC Championship game and it's New England and Denver, you got a great defense by the Broncos who keep winning by the hair on their chins like Marcus Mariota last night. If he had thrown that last pass in overtime 1 inch higher, Nick Benito wouldn't have been able to knock it down, and they would have scored the 2-point conversion and upset the Broncos. But that's what it's going to come down to, barring upsets. And really, when you see where these teams have come from and rebuilding so quick, it wouldn't surprise me if both of them get that far, but it also won't surprise me if they get beat and neither one of them makes the AFC Championship game.
Oh, great point. John, let me ask you about Art Smith. I mean, he's been mentioned for some head coaching places. I would love to have seen here in Nashville, but as bad as they're playing, and he's the coordinator, does this adversely affect him getting a head coaching job?
Absolutely, it does. Team owners will say they don't care about what the fans and the media think, and they shouldn't when it comes to strategy. But when you're trying to sell tickets, you don't have to hit a grand slam, but they want somebody that comes from a winning organization so they can hang their hat on it. And since Arthur left there, he didn't have a quarterback in Atlanta. And then he goes to Pittsburgh, and none of those decisions are his. Now he's got Aaron Rodgers who's turning 42, I think, this week. And but I would think, yes, it hurts him unless – and I go back to Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel had a terrible season. 2017 here, it wasn't his fault. Deshaun Watson got hurt, blew out his ACL about halfway through the year, and they were terrible the rest of the year. And John Robinson knew it wasn't Vrabel's fault and hired him. Turned out to be a great move. And Arthur, I don't know because I don't know enough about him other than the fact I think 4 coaches kept him. So that shows you how much they thought about him. And before I made a decision like that, I would call guys like Mike Munchak, and I'd call guys like John Robinson, and I would pick their brain and see what they said about it. But it does hurt, and it helps to have somebody like Robinson with Vrabel who is familiar with his strengths and doesn't care what his record was in his last season with the team, and you have the courage of your convictions, and if it works out, you look really smart.
We'll have more with John McClain coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase the Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday, continuing with John McClain. John, I know we usually just talk NFL with you, but I am curious of your thoughts on how Lane Kiffin has handled the situation of leaving Ole Miss for LSU. I know that the late Al Davis did not have any love lost for Lane Kiffin, but just your thoughts on the whole situation.
Well, I read and watched and listened to everything I could because it was fascinating, as so much as is in the SEC. And Lane's a lot better coach than he was with Al Davis, USC, Tennessee. He proved that at Florida Atlantic, and then he proved it at Ole Miss. But I think everybody knew he wasn't going to stay at Ole Miss. I'm surprised that the Titans or the Giants didn't reach out. Maybe they did, and offer him a chance to come there. If he went and it didn't work out, he could go back to college and be the hottest coach in the country. And so I didn't like the way, if it was true that he was supposedly threatening to take a bunch of people, coaches and players, if he did not get the coach. If you're in the same conference and you're big rivals, there's no way he should have been coaching them from here on out. And I think the AD made the right decision. And I watched those videos of when he was leaving Oxford and all those fans holding up the number 1 sign as he left it on his plane. And then when he arrived, all the fans were holding up a different number 1 sign that they expect to win. So I thought it was just fascinating. But you know what? Any of us, if you guys had been the number 1 show there for 50 years and you were making good money, but somebody offered you a chance to go for, to quintuple your contract, you're gone.
Yeah.
Any of us would do that. By the way, I've been doing a little research, and it's depressing, but I want you guys and your listeners to know what suffering is, because you don't know what suffering is. You think you got it bad now 2 years in a row. How about this? From 1968 through 1974, the Oilers did not have a winning record. And in 1970, they were 3-10-1. Then they went 4-9-1. That was 6 in a row without a winning record. And then in 72, 1-13. 73, 1-13. And finally in 74, when Sid Gilman was hired, they were 7-7. And then they hired Bum Phillips, and it changed the complexion. They got the right coach, and it turned everything around. And then when I was covering them, 81 through 86, they lost every year, and they won 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 games. That is suffering.
Yeah, I would say that is very true. John McClain is here with us. With Joe Burrow coming back for Cincinnati, I don't think they have a chance of winning that division, but are they going to make it more difficult for either Baltimore or Pittsburgh on the road to winning that division? They've already beaten Baltimore.
I'll tell you what, Chase, those teams are making it difficult enough for themselves. But the answer is yes. If Burrow plays, you got to figure he's going to be better than he was in the game where he beat the Ravens, because he's healthy. He's itching to get back out there. I think it's very admirable that he's doing it. And that division's awful. My God, the Steelers were terrible last night. Aaron Rodgers was awful last night. The defense was terrible. This could be the first losing season for Tomlin. Fans are chanting "Fire Tomlin," and maybe this is the year they decide they should make the change. But I think the division winner is going to have a losing record.
Well, it's interesting. John, your thoughts on the Panthers? I know they asked you about them last week. They had the tough game, Monday night game versus the Niners. But winning over the Rams yesterday and the way they did it, I mean, you talk about Vrabel being ahead of schedule. Is this Panthers team a year or two ahead of schedule?
Joe, I bet when we talked about them last week, you don't remember that I said I thought they would beat the Rams, right?
If you say so, I believe you.
You must have been in the bathroom. And they are up and down. If you look at the teams they've lost to, It's such a roller coaster. And there was a good story in Athletic today. When's the last time you heard Dave Tepper's name? Dave Tepper, the owner, was interfering with everything. They had nothing but losing seasons. And then last year, when he hired Canales and they rebuilt the front office, he disappeared. He still keeps up with things, but he's being a legitimate owner. He's disappeared, and they've done well. They could win that division. You know, Buccaneers won. Buccaneers supposed to get Mike Evans and some more injured players back. They got Bucky Irving back yesterday, but it's going to be a two-team race. I would still go with the Buccaneers because of when I think of Mayfield versus Young, I would still take Mayfield. But, boy, the fans of Panthers got to be fired up about next season.
John, are you in favor of putting a shot collar on Dan Campbell so when he makes these fourth down calls, somebody can buzz down and say, we're not doing that, kick the field goal or do whatever? Because at some point, he's going to lose his job because of these fourth down calls that he goes for.
It ceased being funny and cute.
Right.
About 2 years ago. It cost him a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And I think, I totally disagreed with Nick Sirianni going for two when he went for two. You don't go for two until you have to have two. Somebody went for two in the first quarter yesterday. It's not important to do it because they're looking at a chart. The chart doesn't tell you who you're playing, where you're playing, what the conditions are, who's hurt, who's playing great against your offensive lineman. It ignores all that, and you have to take it into consideration. And at some point, Campbell's going to start getting booed like crazy. And if he loses to the Cowboys because of his dumbass decisions on fourth down, they're going to boo him out of the stadium.
Oh, exactly. John, the Raiders. I mean, if Al Davis was around, what would he think about this football team? Because I know they weren't great in the latter years of his life, but they are awful, John. They're just really bad. I see no way. Only way Pete Carroll comes back unless Tom Brady says, I'm bringing him back.
Well, Pete Carroll came back, and they made him take certain coaches. You know, he thought he was going to run his offense and defense. He's not. And there's a story that came out on NFL Network yesterday that are shocking, obviously leaked by somebody in the organization, that Chip Kelly would call plays that weren't in the book. He would call formations that were the opposite of what you get out there, and the players were lining up wrong because he hadn't taught them. And it just made him look incompetent, but he's not laughing all the way to the bank because he got $6 million a year. And I think if I'm Pete Carroll, and I know he was desperate, but him wanting to come back again, if they're going to tell him who his coaches are, he needs to ride off in the sunset, go back to USC and teach, because it's not worth ruining his legacy with an organization like the one he has. And I'll say this about Tom Brady. I watched his soccer special when he took over the soccer team in Birmingham in London, the second biggest city in London. They fired their coach, and the first guy they hired, Wayne Rooney, turned out to be a disaster. He was hired because of his name.
Right.
And then they fired him, and then they got it right. So maybe that's what's going to happen with the Raiders. I feel bad for Pete Carroll. He thought it was going to be a whole lot different. If those stories are true about Chip Kelly, man, oh man, does he look incompetent.
Oh, absolutely. John, before you go, the Seahawks, I mean, they beat down the Vikings yesterday. They're quietly really, really good. Nobody talks about them, but they are complete. Right now they have the differential in the NFL plus 133. Nobody's really close to them on that. But Mike McDonald's got something going there. They do great on the road, and unfortunately, they got to play the Rams and the Niners down the stretch. But damn, they're good.
They're 5-1 on the road. You can't count that game yesterday. That's like an exhibition game because of the poor rookie quarterback. His rating was worse than if he had thrown the ball in the dirt on every pass play. If he had dirted every pass, it would have been better than what his was. And that underhanded throw that turned into a pick six on 4th and 1, that may be as bad a performance you've ever seen in the NFL. And I've seen a lot of bad ones. But, yes, they're good all around. And the fact that they're good on the road and may have to go on the road is great. And it just reminded me of what a terrible, terrible decision Minnesota made by sticking with J.J. McCarthy, letting Sam Darnold walk, and letting Daniel Jones get away. They're now in last place, and they deserve it.
John, appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds great, guys. Thank you very much. Don't let the Titans screw this up.
Well, we'll try not to. Hey, Jack called in earlier. I'm pretty sure that was the same Jack that blamed me. So,
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
615-737-1025. We'll react to some of that and much more. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game here on this Monday. So what haven't we hit? We've hit the Titans being terrible. We've hit Lane Kiffin leaving.
Pavia smashing Tennessee up there. I
agree. I don't know if he's going to win the Heisman, but I think he gets invited to New York.
He should get invited to New York, and he should be a legit contender for the Heisman Trophy Award. All too often, we get bogged down in stats. He is the best. Let me ask you this. He's not on this football team. What's Vanderbilt's season? Be honest.
I mean, I have no idea. They're not 10. They don't have 10 wins.
Right. 5-7,
Maybe.
6-6.
What was their Vegas win total?
6.5.
Yeah,
It was
something
3.5 last year.
Right.
Thought it was 6.5 this year. I mean, they smashed.
I think
that.
everybody was like, "Oh, they'll get to a bowl game," but like, I mean, look, even we didn't think they'd do what they did.
I thought when Tennessee beat Florida so well last week and just made them quit, I'm like, all right, this is to be fired up and go in there. You just got to stop Pavia. Couldn't stop him. You couldn't stop him. And what the hell's going on with Heupel's offense? That thing is supposed to be like 7 to 8 seconds off the next play clock going. And they're snapping the ball with like 10, 12 seconds left on the play clock. The whole thing with that offense was to confuse you. Was, all right, you go, but next play, you go, guys run right to the line, you go again, is confusion. And the longer you let that play clock go down, the more what's the word? Substitutions you can make. There we go. More substitutions you can make. And then you see that, and then it just kept going and going and going. And it's a really, really, really simplified offense now, which was not the case when he got there. When Hooker ran that offense in 22, man, they were going, confusing everybody. Now it's become really pedestrian. And I'm like, what? And so Vanderbilt has time to adjust and get things in there and get it done. And so I'm not sure what's going on there. I know the DC at Tennessee is terrible. That defense was terrible. So, and people are already yelping about him. I know what you got to do, but I think Vanderbilt this year got bigger and stronger because they pushed Tennessee up and down that football field. Tennessee was not on equal ground with them as far as strength goes up front, and it showed on Saturday, man.
What was I going to ask? I had something.
Ask whatever.
I had something on my mind. Oh, who in your mind is SEC Coach of the Year?
Oh, good one.
I can make an argument for Clark again.
Got it. I mean, you're historic high.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 10-2. My DeBoer, no. Elko losing to Texas.
Yeah, I mean Elko,
but Lane got Ole Miss to a historic part.
Wouldn't that be something?
Making the playoffs.
Wouldn't that be something?
I cannot believe some of y'all out there thought Lane Kiffin should coach Ole Miss in the playoffs. I cannot believe some of y'all thought that.
Okay, all right. So let me ask, if Ole Miss had said, "Hey, we hate to see you go, but yes, we want you to finish the year," would you have supported that they made that decision?
No. But no AD in their right mind is going to let you coach.
And Lane said it in the interview with Marty Smith. He goes, I understand where Keith is coming from because as he kept saying to me, I have to live here. You're leaving. I have to live here. And it's like, that's right. It's the right call. Like, I get it. You've made the decision. Nobody's going to fault. I mean, you're going to have some people that are going to fault him, but like, I get it, but you have to understand what comes with those consequences.
I've told you before. I go back to the '89 Michigan basketball team when was it Bill Frieder, I think, left Michigan to go to San Diego State to coach, and then right before the tournament started, and Schembechler was like, "I'm not letting another coach who's leaving. I want a Michigan guy to be here and coach his team." And Steve Fisher, who often got confused with Jeff Fisher, and they look nothing alike, coached Michigan to the national championship. I'm all about that. You left, and that's fine. Chase the money, go get it, everything else, that's good. But you left the program. You're no longer my head coach. But I'm telling you, the $25 million straight to NIL is a game changer. Because he can go out and get guys now. Now you got to win games, and hopefully they not playing just for the money, and that's the part of that. The guys that can change your program around. That's huge. But again, I mean, first time he finally got something well done, 11-1. And now he leaves to chase a championship playoff at another school while he's in the middle of a championship playoff run. I mean, he had it made in Ole Miss. I just think that he believed. I bet you Saban told him, "You can't win a national championship there." And if it came down between LSU and Ole Miss with a recruit, all things even, they're going to go to LSU. So I blame Saban for this and Pete Carroll, if you're an Ole Miss fan, for telling Lane Kiffin what to do and to be gone.
Albert Breer, who covers the NFL for SI, does like a weekly column, and he has a little blurb on coaching searches in the NFL. He says, in Tennessee, quote, in Tennessee, that's meant watching a lot of tape on a lot of candidates and using the know-how in the room beyond just the Packers' roots of President Football Operations Chad Brinker and the Chiefs' roots of GM Mike Borgonzi. The Titans also have former GMs Dave Ziegler and Reggie McKenzie on board. The initial thought post-Brian Callahan had been to find more experience in someone who could work with Cam Ward. Along those lines, and tied into the networks of the guys on hand, ex-Bears coach Matt Nagy, ties to Borgonzi, ex-Cowboys and Packers coach Mike McCarthy, ties to Brinker, could wind up being the guy. But that hasn't stopped the Titans from looking at a wide array of candidates, even guys such as Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter and Rams defensive coordinator Chris Shula, who don't fit in the above box. At this point, Tennessee has studied and discussed plenty of prospective coaches as the brass keeps working towards having a narrowed down list by the end of the season. How is that an update?
Right?
There's nothing really earth-shattering.
As you listen to our show, Jesse Minter's not getting a head coaching job here. It's not happening.
Not here, but I mean, he could.
I think it's Matt Nagy. I really do. I think he's got
experience. I
think
Minter's going to be mentioned for some of these lower tier college jobs.
That's fine. That's fine.
Unless he's, I don't know if he's got any blood stains from the Michigan stuff, but he might. But
I don't think he was named in anything. I think Harbaugh was, but I just think you want a guy who's had experience, and then it's going to be Borgonzi's guy that he knows, and he knows Matt Nagy, and why not? I mean, Nagy had the opportunity to lead the Bears to the playoffs, and he's got experience. And the whole thing is working with Cam. Whole thing, we've said this all along. It's working with Cam Ward. How well are you going to – what are you going to do for Cam Ward going forward? Because unlike the caller earlier who doesn't like Cam Ward with a train somebody else, Cam Ward's here to stay. He's here to stay for a couple of years, so you might as well get used to him.
All right, Dr. Crane, I knew this moment was coming today. Hit it. Vandy Clay on with us now.
Oh.
We had to hit it for you, Clay.
That makes me feel good, boys.
We got you. Did you cry Saturday?
You know what, Chase? I almost did at one point.
I'm not going to lie to you. I did too.
Yeah, Clark Lee and I had a little party down at the practice field about midnight Saturday night.
I had a moment where I kind of looked up at the sky and had some tears in my eyes. So it was definitely cool to see.
By the way, Big Joe.
Yeah.
Have you been to Krispy Kreme to get my donuts?
Why would I do that when you're going to bring them to us?
That was the bet.
Oh, was it?
Oh,
yeah,
that is true.
Tennessee,
He's right.
Vanderbilt.
I'm sorry. I have CTE from playing for the Dawson Hermitage Warriors back in the day. I'm
But
sorry.
I haven't said the most important part of this call yet, boys. There's a new sheriff in town. His name's Diego Pavia.
We knew
It
that.
is right now.
He had all the posse with him. They had 8 buses, boys, when they came back.
What did they go up with 3 and they multiplied?
One of his brothers was in a squad car. That's another story for another day.
You know, seriously, guys, this guy, I mean, I would say Saturday got him a trip to New York. Don't y'all? And I'm not saying he ought to win the Heisman Trophy, but this guy deserves to go to New York.
Absolutely, he does. You know, Clay, real quick, I talked to people out in New Mexico State on Saturday who knew him. Nobody had a bad word to say about him. Not a single person I talked to in Las Cruces had a bad word to say about Diego Pavia. And you talk to people at Vanderbilt, and I've talked to a few, not a lot. Same thing. They love this guy.
Well, you know, this is an amazing story, boys. I mean, 10 wins for the first time in the history of this program. Joe, you're right in what you said. And I saw this, kids getting off the bus. Vanderbilt is bigger. They're stronger. They're faster. So I guess you've also got to give a lot of credit to the strength staff. Clark's obviously got a great, strength staff. But this is a bigger, physical, quicker football team this year, and that's one of the reasons why they won 10 games.
Well, I said this is the fastest Vanderbilt football team I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of football at West End. This is by far the fastest football team I've ever seen, and that right there is going to win you some football games.
It's a good thing somebody's good in Nashville, huh? With the Predators and the Titans.
Yep, that is true. Thanks, Clay. Got to run.
See you, boys.
Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is in celebrity birthdays. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday. Wrapping things up here as we get ready for another fun week. We'll see. So do they do a college football? They do a college football playoff ranking tomorrow, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
Then the final one will be Sunday after championship games.
I talked to Chris Massaro on the committee. He flew down yesterday at 1:00 and will fly back tomorrow sometime to back here to Nashville. But yeah.
Okay. So I real quick, I just want to ask this. Is there ever could there ever be a situation where the Army-Navy game actually matters when it comes to the seeding?
Sure.
Because they do it before the Army-Navy game.
I mean, if they're one battling in there, yeah.
I mean, so would they delay it because like if Navy had to win or Army had to win or
well, they're group of 5, so not really.
Well, true.
You'd be stuck in that 12 spot.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. But I just thought about that. With that, let's get to what day is it? Celebrity birthdays.
All right, first on the list we have, not my email. There we go. Eat a red apple day. So if you want to be healthy, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Cyber Monday is today. Civil Air Patrol Day is today. Bifocals at the Monitor Liberation Day. Day Without Art. National Cookie Cutter Day with your gingerbread houses and all that. Let's see. National Christmas Lights Day. Great Union Day. And the last 6 or 7 we got here, National Fried Pie Day. That does sound pretty good.
Right. You know what? You should never give away your pie for free.
Yeah, never. What? Would you do that?
Just keep going.
Okay.
Just
National Peppermint Bark Day is today. Huh. Fried pie. You have National Pie Day. It's a regular pie. Rosa Parks Day is today. Walt Disney Day. And Wear a Dress Day and World AIDS Day. So there you go.
Well done. By the way, are your Christmas lights up?
Yes.
Did you do them yourself?
I helped out. You know, my dad fell off the roof, so I kind of had to help with all
Good
that.
Lord. Is he okay?
Yeah, he cracked 2 ribs. 12 feet.
Fell off the roof.
Yep.
God, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, it was all right.
I don't do ladders or roofs.
Yeah.
Because my fat ass would have set the Richter scale off. So I don't get up there and do that.
No, I've already done that.
So, our good friend Jim White fell off a ladder and broke both his wrists.
Wow. That's bad.
I'd fall through the roof.
I bet you put the lights up, Nick, and you stood back on the street and looked at your house with like, yep. And like put your hands, you like give that old like the fresh cut lawn nod.
You're not wrong.
All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Get these within 2. All right, here we go, boys. Our first birthday, Dr. Crane, you go first. Say Lee Trevino, the golfer.
78.
43.
86.
Okay, we're
got it in half. That's all right. Chase, you go. Former Big Red Machine George Foster, one of the greatest baseball players ever.
76.
74.
77. Chaser. Dr. Crane, you go. Steve Walsh, former Hurricane quarterback, Dallas Cowboy quarterback, New Orleans Saints quarterback. Steve Walsh.
67.
64.
59. Chase, you go. Deshaun Jackson, head coach where?
Oh, he is a coach, isn't he?
Delaware State.
Yeah. 42.
40.
39. We're tied at 1. All right, Dr. Crane. Larry Walker, former Montreal Expo, Colorado Rocky player. Good.
61.
Who'd you say?
Larry Walker.
63.
59. Dr. Crane's up 2-1. Chase, you go. Bette Midler. Remember when we saw Beaches together and you wouldn't stop crying?
Oh.
Bette Midler.
I remember when she sang with Krusty the Clown.
That's right. That's right.
One of the greatest is her laying on the desk of for Carson's last show.
That's
and
right.
Singing to him. 75.
78.
80. Dr. Crane's up
She
3-1.
really? Wow.
Dr. Crane, you go now. Supermodel Carol Alt. I went out and asked her out one time. She's like, Control Alt Delete. Leave me alone.
Ugh.
65.
58.
65 exactly. Dr. Crane's up 5-1. Chase, you go. Comedian Sarah Silverman.
50.
53.
55. Dr. Crane's up 6-1. Dr. Crane, you go getting Zoe Kravitz, who is Lenny Kravitz's daughter, Lisa Bonet.
44.
34.
37. We're not done yet. Chase, get to go now. How old is singer Gilbert O'Sullivan? He's saying Alone Again Naturally. How old's he?
62.
67.
79. Dr. Crane, how old's actress Charlene Tilton? She played Lucy on Dallas. Not the Dallas version you got in your house, but
not the VHS.
She was married to Johnny what's Looking for Love and All Around Play guy. 60. How old is she? Charlene Tilton.
I'm going to go 77.
76.
67. Chase, get to go now. How old is we got one. Singer Matt Kearney, who lives here in Nashville. How old's Matt Kearney?
45.
49.
47. That's a push. All right, Dr. Crane, how old is, to finish it out here, how old is the lead singer of 21 Pilots, Tyler Joseph?
39.
42.
37. Dr. Crane wins 7-1. Well done.
Day.
Thank you.
Good job, Dr. Crane.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Everybody's celebrating him in there. I like that.
I know. Everybody's just rooting against me lately.
That's right.
It's fine.
Everybody.
It's the start of a new week, Chase. You know what that means? New opportunities.
That's right.
It does, right?
Thank you. You know what? That's a nice thing to say to somebody. Thank you very much. That is going to do it for this here program today.
Hey, has the calendar turned to December? Our mental health message is as strong as possible because sometimes we know what you have to go through. The holidays can be tough for you, but we're here for you. We're here for you. If you need to reach out, please call us. Please talk to us. Please instant message. We're here for you. We're going to get through this together the entire month. Just let you know how beautiful you are, how wonderful you are, and that our world's a better place because you were here. If you struggle, that's okay. We got you. We're here. If you fall, we're going to pick you up. We're going to do this together. Anytime, reach out to us, please. Again, we tell you all the time that we love you. More importantly, more than anything else in this world, please know that God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. Hey, as we go out, I want to tell you about something really cool that we're going to be doing starting next week. This holiday season, 102.5 The Game is looking out for the kiddos, and we want to donate a bunch of stuffed toys to the Nashville's Children's Alliance to be given to kids this holiday, but we cannot do it without all of you. So you can join us at a Dunkin' location near your neighborhood starting next Monday. Our show is going to be out there every day, the 8th through the 12th, to drop off a stuffed toy that a child will love. You can find the locations simply by going to thegamenashville.com/toy. And we'd like to thank the Metro Police Department for all their help with this promotion as well. So looking forward to doing that and giving stuffed toys to the kiddos this year for the holidays. That is going to do it for us. DVD is coming your way with all the Titans reaction, college football reaction. Willie, anchor down. I know you're happy about that. They're coming at you live from Circa Sports in Kentucky next on 102.5 The Game.